Can you solve all these app user history questions? Korea was a colony of Japan. Well done. The Dawes Plan was from right choice. The Young Plan was from logical choice. USA. Who did the Allies attack? Strong answer, Germany. Who won the Battle of Verdun? Well done, the French. When is the APAS history exam? Make factly. Where was Andrew Carnegie born? Confident and correct. Scotland. Who was freed when the war ended? Valid point. Paris. Who did the USA want to trade with? That's accurate. France. What country was the bomb dropped on? You got it, Japan. Who was the third president of the USA? Jefferson is correct. Who had to take the blame for the war? Keep it up, Germany. Which country is the city of Yalta in? Very good. Ukraine. Who decided to split Korea after Muyi? Well articulated. Berlin is the capital of what country? Well expressed. Germany. Tennessee outlawed the teaching of dash. On track. Evolution. Before World War I, Korea was ruled by? Precise answer. Japan. Who claimed the Southwest USA for Spain? Commendable response. Coronado. Where did the Industrial Revolution start? Great job, Britain. At the end of Uwi, who occupied North Korea? Correct response, USA. How much money did the USA invest in Europe? Nicely done. 13 billion. Which global superpower supported South Korea? Well reasoned, USA. Woodrow Wilson was the leader of which country? Good job, USA. Name of longest economic disaster in US history. Thoughtful answer. Great Depression. The following countries were allies except dash. Nice work, Italy. All of the following were members of NATO except. Solid response. From which country did the colonies separate from? England. Great work. In what year did Texas become part of the USA? That's it, 1805. How many presidents were impeached in US history? 3. Who suffered the worst during the First World War? Clear and correct. France. What year was Black History Week first celebrated? Excellent reasoning. 1928. The president of the USA during the Korean War was? Outstanding effort. Harry Truman. What country was the first to send a man to space? Right, Soviet Union. The large farms in the south of the USA were called? Smart thinking. Plantations. Where was the largest naval battle in history fought? Well supported. Late Gulf. Where was the only successful slave revolt in history? Yes, Haiti is right. Which country was trying to recover from World War I? Accurate answer, Britain. Where were the Allied troops in Hong Kong mostly from? Excellent work, Canada! Who started border skirmishes along the 38th parallel? Oh. Spot on. South Korea! His term in office was the dash in our nation's history. Perfect choice, shortest. What policy did the USA follow in the 1920s and 1930s? Accurate answer, isolationism. Which of these was not a permanent member of the Council? USA, well done. Which country controlled the Korean Peninsula before WW II? Commendable response. Japan? What organization formed to stop the spread of communism? Confident and correct. NATO. Which country was not considered a member of the Big Four? Great job, Russia. Napoleon's biggest mistake. This caused him to be defeated. Clear and correct. Invading Russia, which is not included in the 12 founding countries of NATO. You got it, Russia? Who didn't we share the plan to build the atomic bomb with? Strong answer, USA. What river forms the northeast border of the USA and Canada? Smart thinking. St. Lawrence. The term Iron Curtain was used to describe the division of. Well supported. Germany. The Gilded Age is an era in American history that lasted from 1859. Hunt is correct. By the end of 1929, how many people were unemployed in the USA? Perfect choice. 2.5 million. One method scholars use to study Maya history is to study their writing. The Gilded Age describes which time period of American history? Exactly 18th century, 1900. What nation breaking up truly signaled the end of the Cold War? Spusum. Which amendment gave citizenship to all persons born in the USA? Well done, 14th. Germany was worried about France on the west and Dash on the east. Logical choice. Russia? How many Supreme Court justices are on the Supreme Court of the USA? That's it, 9. The Spanish settled mostly Dash, and the French settled mostly in Dash. That's accurate. Mexico, Canada. Which amendment banned slavery in the USA and all of its territories? Correct response, 13th. Which of these countries was never a member of the League of Nations? USA! The Dash have one of the most sensational trials in American history. Excellent reasoning, Rosenbergs. Which country was Winston Churchill the Prime Minister of at the time? Nicely done, Britain. What was the nickname of the day of the greatest dust storm in history? Right choice, Black Sunday. These are remains that have been found that humans have made or created. On track, artifacts. In 1803, war broke out between Britain and what country led by Napoleon? Keep it up, France. Where did the largest land-sea-air invasion in world history take place? Good job, Normandy, France! This navy blockaded the water to prevent supplies from getting to Germany. Solid response, British. Which country suffered the most economically during the Great Depression? Germany. Great work. Dash believed that all of world history was a history of class struggles. Nice work, Karl Marx.
The Louisiana Purchase of 1803 expanded the western border of the USA to the
Outstanding effort. Rocky Mountains. The term pre-Columbian describes the history of America before the arrival of well-reasoned Europeans. Which country did the Treaty of Versailles force to accept the blame for Bo 011? Excellent work. Germany! The Warren Court became the most conservative Supreme Court in American history. Thoughtful answer. F. Liberal.
Dash a long and distinct period of history with a particular feature or characteristic.
Very good. Exit ticket. What California football? No team is named for this time period in our history. Precise answer. Fort Myers. What area contained present-day Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, and parts of Minnesota? Valid point. Northwest Territory. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format. Yes, contact Narayan Changder is right.